Hello, welcome to the channel. Keep farming, bro. Today we're going to be talking about Dracaena lemon lime plant. It looks like this. If you don't know what I'm talking about, it looks like this one. We're going to be going over some things wrong with this plant that I have right here, and going over like care for it and stuff. So let's start this out. First off, watering for them. You're going to want to keep the soil kind of dry, but not too dry. People on the internet say a good way to water them is one to like, if you can put your finger in the ground and you can feel it dry down to like an inch or two, around there, then that probably means it needs water. But if it's any more than that, like if you put your finger down, it's ½ inch down and then it's wet, that means it does not need water. So this one that I have right here, its soil is pretty dry. I can put my finger down a lot, so I'm gonna need to put some water in that. So there we go. And then, yep, that should be enough water. So yeah, leaves like this, when they're browning, this is an extreme case of when it's browning. Yeah, so ones like this, you're gonna want to, like the cause for this is either first, not enough light, which is probably the case for this one. This one's been in the dark for the whole winter. Just downstairs, it's been in a very dark spot, so its leaves are turning brown. But it also could be from fluorine in your water if you have like high fluorine content, or being from lack of watering or overwatering. Overwatering, it'll mostly get mushy kinda and like start fading down into like a dark green. Not dry like this. Might. Leaves, when they fall off, as you can see, the stem is very clean all the way down it. Leaves will start to get brown. That is not a problem at all. That's normal. Leaves are supposed to get brown and they're supposed to fall off. It kind of goes in like goes out and then comes down and then falls off. That's its life cycle of leaves. Yeah, propagation. We're gonna go over propagation in probably the next video. We're probably not gonna do it with this plant because it's not very healthy, but we might. I don't know, depending on how risky I'm feeling. But about humidity with this plant, you're gonna want to keep it at an okay humidity. Like more humidity is better, mostly. But then again, like where I live, it's very dry, so it's kind of hard to keep the humidity up. I live in a desert, very cold desert. So what you're gonna want to do is get a spray bottle. If it's not very humid, you can spray it every once in a while. I don't do that, as you can probably tell by the leaves. I don't take very good care of this plant, but yeah, that would probably be most important for that. Yeah, spray bottle, humidity, if that's concerned you and you want it to be the healthiest, especially during propagation, if you're gonna risk that, definitely do that. Let's see. Oh yeah, climate zones. The zone for this plant, if you want to plant it outside, is around a 10B, which there's only like 2 places in the United States that have that area, and that's down in Florida, like on the very edge of it, and then all over Hawaii. I've got a map right here. Don't know if I'll be able to show you. 10B is orange, so actually one part of California, right down there in Florida, and there in California. It's kind of backwards for you, but there's California and obviously Hawaii down there. Those are probably going to be the only places with the ability to grow these plants. Yeah, it doesn't need a lot of light. I've already been over that though. Highlight or kind of like, no, I don't think I have actually. A lot of light is better for it, but not too much, or else you're gonna get leaf burn. Your leaves are gonna start to get burnt on the tip and like charred. So yeah, not too much light, but definitely some. Also, when leaves are browning like this, you're gonna wanna pull away the brown stuff. That's something I haven't done yet. I should have done that. That's a good example, I guess, for you. Anyway, you're gonna want to pull back the brown stuff. Yeah, so it doesn't keep on spreading, I guess. Not that it's like a disease, but, you know. Oh, yeah, it's capable of reaching, it's actually capable of growing pretty high. Like, this one's probably around 2 feet. Its leaves are pretty long, too. Like, this one is kind of long, but, they are capable of growing up to 5 to 7 feet. Yeah, which is pretty tall. That's pretty tall for these plants. And that would look cool. It would look like a palm tree, kind of, because all the leaves would be off the bottom part. And, yeah. So that's kind of neat. It'll drop leaves like normal. Be sure you know that. Fertilizer. For these plants, I haven't fertilized this plant very much. Probably not good, but you probably don't need to, depending on what soil you're using. If you're using like a potting mix soil, you probably would be good for a little bit longer. But other than that, like around probably once or twice a year. Twice if you're really serious about it, but you can definitely over fertilize it, and that can kill it. And like burn it. That's another cause for these dead tips. Mine I haven't fertilized yet. I'm probably gonna do that today after this video, but just to give an example of a plant that's got some problems, here it is. It's still tall. It's a pretty tall plant. It's doing pretty well, but not as well as it could have been if I was fertilizing. Not that it's not too important, but if you want the best results, you're gonna have to go with fertilizer. That's important. And if you want to be really serious about it, you can fertilize it once a month with indoor plant fertilizer. It could get really easy, like feeding a dog. Like you just know to do it every month, and it could be pretty easy. And like have a little bag of it under your sink or something. That might be very good. You get very healthy plants. Maybe that's what I'm gonna start doing. That's probably all I have to go over. Next video will be on how to propagate these, so maybe make more of these plants. I might not actually do it. Actually, I probably will. Depending on how good I might be at it. I might be a little worried to kill this plant by doing it because I don't have too much leaf area, and it's also kind of unhealthy. So we'll see. Stay tuned to that video. That'll be next.